Now, why did the dentist become a wrestler? It's not the first line of a joke, but the story of Hakeem Waqur, an Arab-Israeli also known as the Arabian Superstar. From his home in southern Germany, where he now lives, Hakeem's been telling Outlook's Joe Fidgen about his lifelong love of wrestling, a curious mix of athletics and soap opera.
I watched it since I was 4 or 5 years, that WWE programs. Like, we had the Middle East channel in that time when I was a kid, and I started to watch it like on Saturdays. When I turned the TV on, like the first match what I saw it was the Royal Rumble in that time, in the end of the 80s. And then it taught my mother, and since there, one day I'm going to do it.
What did your mum say then when you said to her as a 5-year-old, I'm going to be a wrestler?
I think she okay, yeah, keep dreaming, something like that.
So given your passion for wrestling, how did you end up deciding you were going to be a dentist?
I looked for wrestling school, like I searched for wrestling school in Israel and in the region, but I didn't find. It lacks in the Middle East and such wrestling school. After I finished my school, I came to Germany and I did the language exams, began with dentistry, and one day I began to watch wrestling again. And I found by coincidence the wrestling school here. It was really a dream, my first training. You don't think it's going to become a career or something like that from the first training. Like, I went there, I just wanted to do that because I will regret it if I don't do that. And one day I had the chance. I'm honored, I'm blessed to show up.
That first time you got into a wrestling ring, how did that feel?
That was in 2008. It was great experience. I did it in the beginning in the first 2 years with breaks. Like, I went to wrestling school every 3 or 4 months because I had my studies. And after 2 years, I decided to do it consequently and to go at least once a month.
And how long before you decided you were going to give up your studies and go wrestling professionally?
I saw it coming. Like, if I want to become a professional wrestler, you have to concentrate. I have to concentrate on my training, on my career, on the promoting, on all of the stuff, on the events, or to continue the studies or to become a professional wrestler.
Did you talk this through with your family? I mean, did you call up your mum and dad and say, I'm not going to be a dentist, actually, I'm going to be a wrestler?
I told them, it's, listen, I made the decision. They are really too angry for that.
Too angry?
Yeah, too angry. Not in the mood until today.
Oh dear. So
yeah.
They still haven't come round to this idea.
My mother tells me all the time, I will never ever accept it. They are not satisfied with the situation, but I think one day they will understand it more and more. I think they begin now to understand it, and I hope that they will understand it more in the future.
You chose the performing name, the professional name, the Arabian Superstar.
Yeah.
How did you settle on that?
I thought in the beginning I'm going to show up as a bad guy, I'm going to choose a long name. It's the Arabian Superstar Hakeem bin Atzim Waqur al-Sultan. And then I couldn't write all the name, of course, on social media, on Twitter or Facebook. So I wrote Arabian Superstar Hakeem Waqur. It means the clever one, the chosen one, all of that.
On the day when you've got a show and you're getting yourself psyched up, tell us about that walk into the ring. What's going through your head? What are you doing?
I just warm up, push-ups and crunches and squats and all of that stuff. And music begin. They play my music and I just go out and go to the ring, and then the match started and all of that.
But I've seen you walking to the ring, and you don't just go out and walk to the ring. You know, you're busy flexing your muscles. You're there in your gold lame trousers. I mean, it's a bit of a show, isn't it? You are.
It's a part of the show. Yeah. You saw me as a bad guy or a good guy?
Oh well, I don't know. You were wearing gold lame trousers. Does that make you a good guy or a bad guy?
I think you saw me as a bad guy when I start to provocate the crowd. So it's as a bad guy.
So what do you do? What do you do to the crowd? How do you act with them?
It depends if I'm the good guy and a bad guy. If I'm the good guy, I just gonna to shake their hands maybe, and if I'm the bad guy, just to insult him somehow in Arabic or something like that. Just say something in Arabic, and they began to boo me.
Schau dir an, der ist wütend. Der ist wütend, der ist nicht glücklich wieder im NEW.
Do you have a special move, one that's identified with you?
Yeah, my finishing move, I call it actually the Arabian Sandstorm. It's the flying headbutt from the third corner.
A flying headbutt?
A flying headbutt.
Wow, that sounds extremely painful.
For my opponent, yeah.
Das ist ja unglaublich. Und da gibt's den Sit-Out-Backbreaker vom Arabian Star.
Have you completely given up on being a dentist? Or do you think you'll go back to your studies?
I really don't know. I didn't give up. Like I said, I have the first half of studies. I can continue it all over the world. And now I'm concentrating on my professional wrestling career and to reach more and more. That's one chance that comes just once in life.
Der Sandsturm! Der Sandsturm vom Arabian Star. 1, 2, 3.
The Arabian Superstar Hakeem Waqur. We heard clips of Hakeem in action for New European Championship Wrestling. And you can see photos of him on our Facebook page and leave your comments. Sue Wild Naga says, what a wonderful chuckle-filled interview. And Maluku Simushi says, awesome. In life, make sure you like what you do. That's all from Outlook Weekend for this week. I'm Matthew Bannister. Do join Joe Fidgen for the next edition of Outlook, when we'll be talking to Mary Wilson, one of the founding members of the Supremes. That's here on the BBC on Monday at 11 GM.